You ever seen a man break in silence? Not loud, not dramatic, just quiet, like a storm dying in the middle of the ocean. No one sees it, but something powerful just gave out. That's the pain strong men carry, the pain you'll never notice until it's too late. Because let me tell you something, every strong man you know is hiding something. Behind that calm face, behind that steady voice, behind those tired eyes, is a man who's been carrying weight for so long he doesn't even remember what life felt like without it. And he won't tell you. He'll say he's fine, he'll crack a joke, he'll pour you a drink, fix your problems, lift your burdens, and then go home and sit in silence with his own. That silence? That's where it hurts the most. See, most people look at a strong man and think he's got it all figured out. They think because he doesn't cry, he doesn't feel. Because he doesn't complain, he's not hurting. But that's where they're wrong. The strongest men hurt the deepest, not because they're weak, but because they care too damn much. About their families, about their purpose, about keeping everything from falling apart. You ever seen a man sit alone in his car for 30 minutes before walking into the house? Not because he's avoiding his family, but because he's trying to put on a happy face for them. Because he just had a day that drained the life out of him. But he knows he can't show it. He's the foundation, the backbone. If he crumbles, everything else falls. That's what people don't get. Being a strong man isn't some badge of honor. It's a burden. You are the answer, the solution, the protector. And nobody ever asks you, who protects you? Nobody asks you when the last time you felt peace was. Nobody asks when you last laughed without guilt. Nobody wonders how many times you've cried in silence, telling yourself, man, I just gotta make it one more day. They don't see the pressure. They don't see the expectations crushing your chest every morning. All they see is the man who shows up, pays the bills, fixes the broken, lifts the heavy, and smiles through pain he can't even explain. You ever loved people so much that you put yourself last without even thinking? That's the strong man's heart. He'll pour from his cup till it's bone dry, and when he's empty, he'll tell you he's fine. He'll go to work with a storm in his head and a hole in his chest and still get the job done. Still show up to coach, to lead, to love. That's not just strength. That's pain turned into fuel. And let me say this real clear. Just because he's strong doesn't mean he doesn't break. Oh, he breaks. He just does it behind closed doors. He screams into pillows. He talks to God in the dark, asking why life feels like a war he can't win. He gets tired too. Tired of being the one everyone runs to. Tired of holding it together while he's falling apart. Tired of wearing armor so long, he's forgotten what his skin feels like. But he'll never tell you that, because the world taught him that crying is weakness, that asking for help is soft, that showing emotion makes you less of a man. So he suppresses, he buries, he smiles, and the more he hides, the heavier it gets. Until one day, you find that man sitting in the dark, not because he wants to, but because he doesn't know how to ask for light anymore. You want to know the truth? That strong man you think has it all together, he's scared. Scared of failing, scared of losing, scared of not being enough. And every day he walks into the world with those fears, and still handles his business, still makes sure everyone else eats, still puts gas in the car, advice in your ear, and hope in your heart. But where does he go when he needs hope? See, we celebrate strength, but we ignore the suffering it hides. We praise the man who never complains, who never cracks, who never quits, but we never ask, what's the cost? The cost is his peace, his joy, his emotional safety. That's the pain every strong man hides, the pain of never being seen fully, of being admired but not understood, needed but not nurtured, trusted but never checked on. And if you think I'm exaggerating, look around. Look at how many men are living quiet lives of desperation. Men who are excellent providers, fierce protectors, but are emotionally starving. They've forgotten what it feels like to be held, to be asked, "How are you doing?" without it being tied to what they can do for someone. They miss being sons. They miss being vulnerable. But they've been strong for so long they don't even know how to put the armor down, even when it's cutting into them. You know what I think? I think we owe those men more than applause. We owe them space to exhale, to be human, to break down without breaking apart. Because that man who fixes your flat tire at midnight, who works overtime to pay for the dance recital, who shows up to his daughter's graduation on 2 hours of sleep, he ain't invincible. He's in pain, and he's carrying it like a soldier, not because he wants to, but because he believes he has to. Let me tell you something, man. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to cry. You're allowed to be exhausted. That doesn't make you less of a man, that makes you real. You don't always have to be the superhero, sometimes you just need to be held. To be reminded that your worth isn't in what you do, it's in who you are. And if nobody's told you this lately, let me be the one. I see you. I see the weight you carry. I see the tears you swallow. I see the prayers you whisper. You're not invisible. You're not weak. You're not failing. You're fighting. And brother, if you're still fighting, you're still winning. But you don't have to fight alone. There's strength in opening up. There's power in honesty. There's healing in letting someone know, I'm not okay. And there's no shame in that. Because when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you don't lose your manhood. You reclaim your humanity. So many men are dying slowly, smiling on the outside, screaming on the inside. And I'm telling you right now, that cycle ends when you stop hiding your pain and start honoring it. Not by letting it define you, but by letting it teach you. Pain is the price of love, of loyalty, of trying to be more than what the world says a man should be. But pain doesn't have to be permanent. You can heal, you can rest, you can be held. And if you're listening to this thinking, no one gets it, I do. I know what it's like to be the strong one, the one who can't afford to break, the one who walks through fire and doesn't even flinch anymore. But I also know what it's like to hit that wall, to realize that strength isn't just endurance. It's knowing when to say, I need help. And if you're a man out there, working, hard, loving harder, fighting battles no one sees, I honor you. I respect you. But more than that, I want you to know you matter. Not just as a provider, not just as a protector, but as a person. You deserve peace too. You deserve love without conditions. You deserve to be seen not just for what you give, but for who you are when nobody needs anything from you. You deserve to exhale, to laugh without weight, to rest without guilt. You deserve to be human, so if you've been hiding your pain, if you've been wearing that mask so long it feels like your face, take it off, even just for a moment. Breathe. You made it this far and you're still here. And that, my brother, is proof that you are stronger than the storm. But you still deserve a safe place to land, because behind every strong man is a soul that's tired of pretending. You've earned your strength. Now earn your healing. And don't you ever forget, even the strongest man needs saving sometimes.